Hi everybody, I'm Chris from Balloons Online. Today we're going to show you how to vinyl print on a 24-inch Deco Bubble. So we've got our balloon, I'm going to add some colour inside the clear of the balloon. I've chosen a 17-inch BSA red for what we're going to print on. The reason why I use 17-inch is it has that lovely rounded shape, so when it goes inside the bubble, it continues with the shape of the circle that the bubble has itself. So let's take it out. Now it's very, very important not to add any air or helium inside the flat-packed bubble. And our little trick for getting the 17-inch balloon inside is just use a stick and narrow the balloon by twisting it around the stick. And with great difficulty, get the neck of the bubble over and just use your two fingers to pinch and push that in. Okay, so slide it out, maintaining that zero air gets inside the balloon. Now it's really important as well that we're nice and center in line. We don't want the neck of the balloon to go off center. So I like to just inflate it a little bit slower. Just get a feel for if there's any problems. And we're going for the zero wrinkles in the seams. There we go. So you can see the seams there. Alrighty, so next up we're going to apply the vinyl. I'm going to show you a little tip on that. So we've got our bubble blown up. I've tied some black satin ribbon with a little bow just to embellish it. I find it's probably the easiest way you can finish a bubble and it looks fantastic. Our vinyl's printed. We've got the transfer tape. Just going to apply a bit of that first up. So I just work it in by hand, just getting as much suction on that vinyl as you can. We use very low tack transfer tape. It's exactly what you want on a latex balloon. If you're ever applying the latex and you have a high tack, you can actually rip and pop the balloon. But the problem about low tack is that first removal from the wax paper. So I've mentioned before, come back at exactly 180 degrees. And that'll help lift the edge of the vinyl off the transferred paper. So I'm trying to keep a flat edge as it works its way through. Okay, and we're away. Now, the next tip that Sue and I have been working on is the template itself. So we've made a little, get over here, little cardboard jig. Now it's not pretty, but the idea is it's a way that you've got a helium inflated balloon, even if it's air inflated, if you can control the balloon, and you've got some guides. I've just got some pre-measured markings here. A hole cut out for the neck of the balloon to come through, and then we've got our center point. So this 260Q just holds it in place, and the second 260Q is actually got our central line to guide us for the vinyl transfer. So I'll apply that over here. Try and keep the ribbon out of the way. So the neck of the balloon, just the latex part, if you can push that through, might need a little poker. There we go. So push that through, just sort of hold itself in place, and we push the balloon into the cardboard. And what I'm concerned about here is the seams, making sure the seams are in line with the cardboard. So push down, and we're away. The seams are nice and, you can see that there. So now we know a few things. Firstly, it's controlled. Secondly, it's nice and plumb, it's parallel to the lines of the cardboard. And the third thing is we know our central points, so we know the neck is there and the center line is here. So just to illustrate this little bit of 260Q, I've made sure it's nice and loose. I've actually tied two 260Qs together because I don't want to push that balloon out. All I want is a guide. And I'll just pinch that through a pre-made hole. This little jig took me about 5 minutes to put together. And I tell you, it's worth its weight in gold. So there we go. We've got half. Okay, so obviously it should be a lot faster, but I'm trying to explain the process for you now. Okay, so I'll move the camera and we'll get a closer look. Alright, so we've got our balloon, we've got our central line used from our markings, and that double 260Q, it's all in position. Just hold that there. So, I'm sort of working side on for the camera here, but what I'm trying to find is a line from here, the central line here, and of course the central line that we've already worked. So you can count the letters, work your way in, or you can actually pre-measure and mark that, but I'm just going to do it by eye. Okay, now at this point, I'm happy with its position, but of course the balloon itself is curved. So what I'm going to make sure is I'm going to try and apply the vinyl so that it fits the concave of the balloon roughly so that they're parallel to each other, but more importantly, they're nice and plumb. So what I do is I start in the center of the text, and I forget about one line, but I work my way just on the line in question. And this 260Q might get in the way, you can just push that out. So I've started from the center, I'm working left, and then right. Or right and left. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Now we're starting the center of the top line. Doesn't matter where you start, provided the center point and it branches out from that point there. See there's a fold in the transfer tape? That's fine, you know, it's going to happen. It's a curved balloon, there's nothing we can do about that. So come out again at 180 degrees. Sometimes you can actually reuse transfer tape, so don't scrunch it up if you're doing multiple balloons. Put that aside. There you go. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I think the jig really makes it a lot easier, especially when you're doing bulk balloons. You can do it with clear, you can pre-stuff it with 5-inch, do whatever you want. And you could even design multiple lines. You could have lines going horizontally and vertically. And I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. Have a great day.